Okay guys, welcome to another class. I hope you've been having fun watching my classes and the other teachers too, okay? We are starting now unit number 3, and in unit number 3 it's sports heroes, okay? When we talk about heroes, we have different sort of types of heroes in life that we can get inspired by. What I would like you to start first asking you, if we were in class, we would do a activity about it. I would like you to be thinking about somebody in your life who has inspired you, right? So I have a question for you here. Who has inspired you in your life and why? All right? So you can send me a message. I think I'm going to prepare a Google Forms for you so you can send me and then I will give you maybe some points for this one. All right? Who has inspired you and why? Okay? Right. I have a lot of people that has inspired me, right, in my life. My parents, they have inspired me. My friends, some of them have inspired me. But there are two people that I really, like a lot. One is Ayrton Senna. That inspired me a lot because he's really persistent and he always went to win. So that inspired me a lot. And I have another one, and for that one I prepared a video for you. It's Oscar Schmidt, right? He was the only Brazilian basketball player to go to the Basketball Hall of Fame in USA. That's a big thing, right? And he has a brilliant speech, so he will talk about this specific day. I would like now to watch the video and let me know your thoughts in our Google Forms that I'm going to prepare for you. All right? Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Oscar Schmidt. Congratulations.
I always dreamed to do that. I want to thank the Hall of Fame to put me here. That's the greatest honor that anybody in the world can have. There is nothing better than this, and I can't believe I'm here. I dreamed my whole life to be here, and now I am. I must thank FIBA, the Federation International, because I play my whole life for them. And many people here is asking, why this guy never play in NBA? I will explain to you. In 1984, the New Jersey Nets drafted me. 6th round. I was the choice 144. I go there and I practice 1 week, and I play 5 games. 2 of them against Charles Barkley. He guarded me, never found me in the court. I came there and say, hey coach, thanks to draft me. But I can tell you, here is 1 point a minute. And he said, who is this guy? And it was 1 point a minute. 25 minutes, 25 points a game, and that 5 games. And they come to offer me a no-cut contract to play New Jersey Nets. And I say, thank you very much. But if I play 1 game here, I'll never play with my national team, never more. 3 years later, in 1987, we beat the Americans here in the United States. Sorry. And that was my greatest thing that I did in basketball, because we're a different time. The college players dominate all the competitions. And then 87, Pan American Games, Indianapolis. And we beat them. That was great, man. First time United States lose at home after 37 victories. And I'm very proud to do that, to help my team. I want to thank my family too. My parents insist to me to play basketball. I was a soccer player. Do you know what is soccer? That's that sport with foot, you know? And I was too big to play soccer, so I went to play basketball. My father passed away this year. He was the great man of my life. If he was here, he would be very, 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 very proud. But life is like that. My mother is proud. Then my coach, go there, let's see if you like basketball. And then I went there. His name was Zezão. My coach was a guy that make a lot of strange exercises. He put some stones in the floor. You must go dribbling and get the stone. And then put some ropes with chairs and must go up and down that ropes. One day I was shooting and he'd say, "Hey, Oscar, please, you see the basket?" No. Okay, put the ball up. And I put the ball up. Oh, now I see. and then, oh, coach, I can't score. And he told me, but start good, that you'll be a great scorer. This guy was a Japanese. Miura, his name. And I thank them very much. I must thank my teammates, especially two. First of all, Marcel de Souza, who helps me and my team to beat the Americans in Indianapolis. And the other one was my witness in my marriage, my black brother, Francisco Bandeira. He's a teammate, man. Ooh, I like him very much. I love him. Oh, man. Then I must thank three special coaches in my life. Three. The first one is Tanjevic. If you don't know, Tanjevic is a great coach. We call him Boscha. He bring me to Europe after we beat them in the World Cup of Clubs. He said to the president, "Hey, I know a guy in Brazil. This guy is tough. He cry and play. He's a truck." And then he bring me to Europe. And the first 4 years in Europe, God bless, I have him as a coach, because our team starts very bad. First 9 games, we lost 6. In any team in Europe, I would be cut. But I was not, because of Tanjevic. He teach me a lot of stuff. His idol was Jack Sikma. You remember Jack Sikma? Jack Sikma was a tough guy. He gets the ball on the pivot and then turn around. And he likes this movement, and he teach me that. First day I did this in a game, I watched on the bench, he was jumping. Bravo, Oscar! And I thank him very much to be a player that I became in Europe. Then I must thank Claudio Mortari. This guy is tough. This guy win wherever he goes. If he came to the Wizards, they win. Yes. I don't know what championship he would win, but he'll win. With this guy, I was I won most of the championship that I won in Brazil, and I thank him very much because he's a really tough coach. And the coach that I must thank you very much is Ari Vidal. Ari Vidal was the coach where I started the national team, was the coach of that team that beat United States here in Indianapolis. And it was my last coach in the national team. From 85 to 88, the best period of my generation, we won the South American Championship, we won the America's Cup, we won 2 qualifications for Olympics. United States were not there, but we won. We won that Pan American Games. We played the semifinals against the United States in 1986, and we lost against Soviet Union from great Sabonis. We lost at the last shot in 88. And I was the best scorer, I did records, but on that Olympic Games, on that game, I missed the last shot. And that game remains here, that shot remains here, because I was a terrific three-point shooter. But on the last shot, I was much guarded, I could not shoot from 3, and I go inside, and I missed the shot. No foul, and we lost the semifinals. Ari Vidal, if you don't know him, for me is the greatest coach in the world. Sorry. Pat Riley was there. And I owe to him a lot of stuff, especially in the national team. Then I must thank God. God made me a humble person, a fighter, a guy who practiced more than anyone here. I'm not sure about that. You have no time to do what I did in practice. And for the last, I want to thank you, my family. I want to thank my kid. I have a wonderful kid. He has been 12 years in America. He won the state champion in Florida, and he was the best player in the finals. God bless, he doesn't play anymore because the referees threatened me to put out of the gym 6 times. And I can tell you, I have a great kid. He's a sociologist and a filmmaker. I have a wonderful daughter too. My daughter maybe is the best daughter in the world. He's a chef, and I'm his proof. And for the last, to my friend, my girlfriend, I must tell one story here, last one. I was in Palmeiras, São Paulo, and I got hurt very badly. I was 17. Stayed 1 year without playing, and then I came back, and I stayed 3 months with cast on. My foot gets swollen a lot when I take it off. And then I come to practice again. And I start, practice alone is tough because you jump, boom, you miss. Tum, 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 tum. And tum, tum, tum. It's terrible. And then I say to her, Chris, it's so hard to be alone there. You could come to me. We can talk. You can pass the ball to me if you want. And then he came the first day, passed the ball. His arms hurt. She never did that. The day after, she came again, passed the ball again. 1 week, passing me the ball every day. 1 month, passing me the ball every day. I say, I'm gonna marry her. Oh, man. And she was my rebounding machine my whole life. I can say to you, thank you very much. You are my greatest friend, my greatest friend. Ooh. You are my... You are my greatest person I ever met. And if you were not with me, I wouldn't be here. I'm sure about it. And I thank you for all. And we are together 38 years. And I hope to be with you until I die. Thank you.
All right, guys. We're gonna go one exercise here, and we're starting our reading section talking about another personality, which is a Brazilian soccer player. If you don't know her, you're gonna get to know her through our reading now today. So the title of this text is called "The Pelé in a Skirt." You know what is a skirt? Skirt is like this. It's some clothes, yes. So normally girls, they use a skirt, yes. And Pelé, we know Pelé is one of the most famous football players in the world. Okay, right. What do I have here is, first, I would like you to take a look at these pictures here. I have one picture, I have a second picture here, and I would like you to remember, if you don't know or research about it, her name is, if you don't know, her name is Marta. All right. Marta is one of the biggest, if not the best of all times in terms of soccer, football. Okay. So here we have Marta, and I would like you to be thinking about what makes Marta one of the best football players of all times. Do you know? She won a lot of trophies, being the best player of all times. She has more trophies than any other football man, yes, any other man in football. And that's why she's considered Pelé in a skirt. All right. So, okay, here we have, for number 2, we're going to read the text together and find out who is that woman. Yeah, who is Marta? Yeah, and talk a little bit about her background. Okay, right. In number 3, while we are reading, we are going to find out some of these vocabularies that we have here. We have vocabulary number 1, which is formidable, yes, and we have number 2, ruthless. In activity exercise number 3, we're gonna find out some vocabularies that will be in the text, okay? Number 1, formidable, number 2, ruthless, number 3, tryout, and number 4, produce, endorsement, okay? I'm not gonna talk about these vocabularies now. We're gonna find out together while we are reading the text, okay? Let's read the text now together then, okay? So guys, here the text, okay? Now we are going to read it together. Okay guys, let's listen to the text now. I would like you to pay attention to the words and highlight the ones that you consider important, okay? Let's go.
Reading.
Pele in a skirt. With her slender frame and tiny feet, Marta Vieira da Silva doesn't seem big enough to play professional soccer. But for years, this skillful player has been seeing off her opponents on soccer fields all over the world. Marta's appearance hides formidable skill. Standing at just 1.63 meters tall, she looks too petite to take on her more well-built opponents. Her cute smile hides a ruthless ability to see opportunities on the field where others can't, to change direction suddenly, surprising everyone with her moves, and then shoot the ball into the net. Fans have even compared Marta to Brazilian soccer heroes Ronaldinho and Kaká. Some call her Pele in a skirt. Marta was born in northeast Brazil in 1986. As a child, her talent for the beautiful game emerged on the streets near her home after her brothers had agreed to let their slim little sister join in with their games. But Marta's rise to soccer fame wasn't easy. Life was difficult. Marta's mother brought her children up alone because their father had left home when Marta was little. There had never been enough money to go around. Marta's mother wanted to help her daughter succeed, but had never had any experience in the soccer world before. In her hometown of Dois Riachos, Marta was the only female player on the local team. Before she could play, she had to prove that she was powerful enough, because most people believed women were too weak to play soccer. But Marta's ingenuity and determination were obvious. Even her tryout for her first professional team in Rio de Janeiro was a test of endurance. She had to play right after she had traveled from her home by bus for 3 days. Marta's story reflects many of the problems in women's professional soccer. Due to a reduction in sponsors' funding, several of Marta's former soccer clubs in Brazil, Sweden, and the US have now closed down. Today, Marta has product endorsement contracts with several large companies, but her earnings still aren't high enough to match male players' salaries. Yet Marta's career history seems too good to be true. By 2008, after 4 years in Sweden, she had scored 111 goals in 103 games. She had helped Brazil win the silver medal in the 2004 and 2008 Olympic Games women's soccer event. She had also been named FIFA Women's World Player of the Year 5 times. Today, Marta wants to use her fame to help others. In 2010, the United Nations appointed her a Goodwill Ambassador. In this role, she encourages women to stand up for their rights and to fight against poverty. Her high profile is also helping women's soccer, which is rapidly becoming more popular. Thanks to Marta, no one can call soccer a man's sport anymore.
Okay guys, now let's do the exercises. Okay guys, now that you have listened to the text, I would like you to go back to the text and take a look of these words that I have selected. There they are. Okay, so please work on the definition of these words, work on the translation if you may want to do that, and if you find different words that may help you to understand the text, please let me know, okay? Alright guys, now we are going to work on the exercises. Number 1, Marta Vieira da Silva. what I would like you to be thinking about now is this line here, line number 6. It says, she looks too petite to take on her more well-built opponent. So, opponents that are very strong. She seems to be petite. So, it means that she isn't as big as any other female in the soccer field, right? She isn't as big as other female soccer players. So, that's why we are checking this one, all right? For number 2, Martha's brothers. So if you take a look at line 15, her brothers had agreed to let their slim little sister join in with their games. Slim, again, it's the opposite of overweight or the opposite of fat. So she was very thin. Yes, it's slim. And they permitted her to participate in the soccer match, the soccer game, right? So that's why we are marking here letter B. Okay, moving on. All right, for number 3, Martha's mother. Now we are talking about Martha's mother. So take a look at where it says she had never had any experience in the soccer world before. So that is in line 21. So it means that her mother helped Martha to be successful, but she never had the experience. So she didn't have a lot of experience in the soccer. All right. Number 4, in Dois Riachos, the location, yes, where she was born, where she used to live, Martha. Take a look at that. Martha's mother brought her children up alone. So to brought up is to criar, yes? So alone, because their father had left home when Martha was little. That is in line 18. So she didn't have a father, right? When she was growing up, when she was getting bigger, yes, because her father unfortunately left. So that's why it grew up without her father, letter A. Okay? Okay, guys, now for exercise number 5, I would like you to take a look at a sentence here in line 34 that says, several of Martha's former soccer clubs in Brazil, Sweden, and the US have closed down. So it means they don't exist anymore, right? So that's the reason why we are checking letter D has played for teams that no longer exist. No longer exist means they don't exist anymore. Number 6, she. Take a look at line 41. She had helped Brazil win the silver medal in 2004 and 2008 Olympic Games. So if she has helped to win a silver medal, which is the second position, yes, so the first one is gold medal, the second one is silver medal, and the third one is bronze medal. So check letter E, helped Brazil Olympics women soccer team to come second twice. So to come second twice means to be in the second position, and it means you're receiving a silver medal. All right.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for your attention. I hope you like it, our reading section. Remember, reading section is very important for you. That is going to, if you're going to do vestibular, yes. So it's really important. Reading comprehension is what we need to master in these classes, right? So spend time, read a lot in English, listen to a lot of English, and then you're gonna be more prepared for our comprehension in terms of text and so on, right?
So what I would like to recommend you for this class is to do homework, right? Extra activities are always important. We have an extra homework here, right, on page 100 and 101, so you can read it. So take your time. Yes, you don't need to rush, you don't need to run, right? Do it in your own pace. And let me know if you have any questions about it, okay? By the end of this week, I will post the answers for this part, all right? But try to do it, because we learn when we make mistakes, we learn when we get it right, we learn, all right? So do your best and have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.